Anya stood on the edge of her ship's ramp as it lowered into the golden light of the core world's capital. The city below shimmered like a dream. Towers of glass and metal stretched into a sky lit by artificial suns. Crowds moved in clean, perfect lines. Drones buzzed quietly above, and the flags of the Galactic Empire fluttered over every building. This was supposed to be home. Her boots clicked against the polished landing platform as she stepped down, heart pounding. She had made it. After everything. The battles, the dead systems, the forgotten stations. She had found the Star Forge, uncovered the truth. Earth had built the Empire. Humanity had been its heart. Now she had returned to bring that truth home. But the moment her foot hit the ground, she knew something was wrong. The guards at the port didn't salute. They looked at her ship like it was junk. Her documents were scanned and rejected. The system called her ID non-existent. Her name didn't match any record. Even her face, scanned into the registry, brought up no results. She tried to explain. I am Anya, pilot of the Sable Dawn. I carry proof of Earth's existence. I've been to the Star Forge. I can show you. A short officer raised an eyebrow. Earth? He turned to the others. Is that a new moon colony or something? Anya's heart dropped. Earth. Terra. Blue planet. Birthplace of the first builders. The place this empire was born from. Blank faces stared back at her. One young guard whispered to another. They laughed. She wasn't a threat. They thought she was crazy. She was escorted inside the Port Authority headquarters, her ship held by a docking block. They took her weapons. She didn't resist. Not yet. Inside the chambers, the lights were warm and false. Like a golden lie, screens displayed propaganda. Proud words like unity and order and infinite truth sliding across the walls. The faces of senators and rulers shone like gods. Anya was made to wait in a small glass room. Surveillance drones floated silently above her. The silence clawed at her nerves. An old man entered finally. His robes glimmered with woven gold threads, marking him as someone important. A senator, maybe. He sat across from her, eyes narrow. You claim to be from Earth, he said. I don't claim. I am. And this Earth, it's a fable. A myth we tell children. You speak as if it's real. She leaned forward. I've been there. I've seen the bones of the old cities. The machines they left behind. The forge still exists, spinning in the dark. Humanity built this empire. His face twitched. For a second, something sparked in his eyes. A flash of memory. Recognition. Then it was gone. I don't know you, he said, his voice tighter. You just looked at me like you did. You're mistaken. No, you know me. I was here 10 years ago. You sponsored me for flight training. You gave the speech about stars needing wild hearts. He stood suddenly, his expression twisted, like his brain was fighting something. That's enough. You will not speak to me like we've met before. Your lies are dangerous. Fabrications like this are crimes. Guards entered the room. He didn't look at her again. They dragged her down quiet hallways beneath the Capitol. Even here, the glow of the artificial suns lit the tunnels. No darkness was allowed in the core, but it felt dark anyway. They threw her into a holding cell. The walls were smooth, the corners rounded. No shadows, no place to hide. The door hissed shut. She sat on the metal bench, hands trembling. She closed her eyes and tried to slow her breath. She was tired, hungry, angry. Most of all, she was scared. Not of prison, not of death, but of being forgotten. They had erased Earth, wiped it out of every map, every file, every memory. Even minds had been touched. That senator had known her. For 1 second, and someone, had overwritten him, reset him like a corrupted machine. She thought of the forge, of the recordings, the relics she had collected. She still had them, hidden inside her jacket lining, a microchip the size of a fingernail. The truth. The proof. They didn't search her thoroughly enough. Not yet. She stood, pressed her back to the wall, looked into the corner of the room where a small camera lens blinked. She stared into it. "You can lock me up," she whispered. "You can erase me. But I remember." She smiled coldly. "And memories are weapons." No one answered. The camera kept blinking. Anya stepped back. There would be more coming. She had been declared a traitor by an empire that had deleted her history. But history was stronger than lies. She would fight, even if she was the last human who remembered Earth. She wasn't broken. Not yet. Anya stood silent as the cold restraints tightened around her wrists. The Empire enforcers moved like shadows. Tall, smooth-skinned humanoids with silver eyes that never blinked. They had no names, no expressions. Only the humming noise of their AI cores filled the silence as they dragged her through the glowing halls of the Imperial City. The heart of the Empire was gold and glass. Artificial suns hovered above, casting perfect daylight onto shining marble floors. Citizens walked in silence, heads bowed. As Anya passed, some looked at her with curiosity. Others looked away, afraid. No one spoke. She was taken into the High Council chamber, a massive circular hall filled with light. The ceiling arched high above like a glass dome, revealing stars and distant moons. 12 counselors sat in silver thrones, wearing robes that shimmered like liquid metal. In front of them, a white platform rose from the floor. That's where they placed her, alone, unarmed, and still. "Anya of no origin," said the central counselor, an old man with glowing veins on his neck. "You stand accused of war crimes against the Empire. You are charged with sabotage of core systems, assassination of Imperial agents, and identity theft. You claim to be someone forbidden. You call yourself—" He paused. "The last child of Earth." A hush filled the room. Even the air seemed to wait. Anya didn't flinch. "Because I am." Gasps rippled through the silent audience. A few counselors shifted in their chairs. Others narrowed their eyes. "That identity is illegal," said another counselor. "Earth is a myth, a planet erased for the good of the galaxy." She raised her head. "Then why do you fear it?" They didn't answer. Suddenly, a young voice broke the tension. "Permission to speak, Council." A young man stepped forward from the lower chamber. He wore the long coat of a historian, with scroll chips on his belt. His dark eyes burned with something that didn't belong here: hope. The counselor scowled. "Historian Kalev, you were not summoned. I request to serve as her defender. The accused has the right." A pause, then a nod. "You may proceed." Kalev walked to Anya's side. He didn't look at her directly but spoke with quiet urgency. "You don't remember it yet, do you?" he whispered. "Remember what?" "Everything they erased." He opened a small device on his wrist. A soft blue hologram flickered to life between them, too low for the council to see. Images, flickering, corrupted, but real. Anya saw herself, older, scared, but proud, leading people through burning cities. She stood in front of a broken empire flag. She held a staff made of earthwood. Behind her, banners flew with a symbol that had long been forbidden: the Earth Crest. She saw ships launching from hidden moons, a broadcast across the stars. "We take back the truth," her voice echoed. Then the footage glitched, turned to static, then resumed with different scenes. Her image was replaced by fire, screaming, a warning from the Empire. Traitor, terrorist, destroyer. The broadcast had been changed. She turned to Kalev, eyes wide. "You led a rebellion," he whispered, "and you won." The Empire fell. For 43 days, the people were free. But then, someone rewrote history. They restored the Empire, wiped every trace of your victory. And they made sure even you forgot. Anya felt her knees weaken. Her heart beat too fast. How is this possible? They used a neural rewrite grid, he said. It's old technology. Lost, or we thought it was. But it can overwrite memory, not just for one person. For a whole world. A sudden voice thundered from the council. Enough. The counselor stood. This is forbidden knowledge. You will be silenced. But Anya had already stepped forward. Tell me, council, she said loudly, her voice clear and sharp. If Earth never existed, why does the Empire spend so much power to erase its name? Why does my blood trigger your deepest security systems? Why do your machines call me original pattern? The council chamber burst into noise. One of the counselors stood and shouted, "Shut down the recording. Block the transmission." The light dimmed. Alarms echoed from distant halls. Enforcers moved in again. Kalev stepped in front of her, shielding her. "No," he shouted. "She deserves to know the truth." But Anya didn't move. Her mind was spinning. Images flashed, some strange, some familiar. A firestorm over a black sea. A face she once loved. Erased from memory. A promise she had made. A war cry she had shouted. She saw herself on a throne of ash, not as a queen, but as a leader of survivors. "I remember," she whispered. The enforcers reached for her. Anya turned fast, ducked, and slammed her chained fists into the nearest enforcer's jaw. Sparks flew. The machine staggered. The next one grabbed her arm, but she twisted, dropped low, and kicked it in the leg joint. It collapsed. Gasps echoed through the chamber. She remembers. Someone screamed. She's breaking the lock. Her chains cracked. The neural inhibitor flickered, then died. The entire room seemed to hold its breath. She stood tall, alive, free. I am Anya, last child of Earth, leader of the forgotten rebellion. And I am not done yet. The council called for backup. More enforcers poured into the chamber. Kalev grabbed her hand. "Come on, we have to run." But Anya didn't move. "No," she said, "let them come. I want the galaxy to see." She stepped forward and raised her voice. "To all who still hear me, remember this. The past is not what they say it is. The future is not what they promise. We are more than what they allow us to be." The lights above flickered, and somewhere, far across the stars, an old signal, long buried, awoke again. Anya ran through the golden halls of the Empire's High Court, her breath sharp, heart louder than the alarms screaming behind her. The trial had ended in chaos. The crowd, fed with lies, had called her a traitor. The council had ordered her execution, but before the guards could touch her, the old historian had shouted a forgotten code. Lights blinked. Doors crashed open. And now they were running together. He was fast for his age, this historian with silver hair and shaking hands. "The vaults," he whispered. "We must reach the vaults, before they erase everything." Anya didn't ask why. She only ran faster. They dove into a narrow corridor behind a hidden panel in the wall. The sounds of pursuit faded as the corridor sloped downward, curving deeper beneath the city. The glow changed, from golden to silver blue. The air grew colder. Buzzing lights flickered above. The smooth floor became glass, lit from below by pulses of shifting color. Anya looked down and froze. Beneath the floor were threads of light, millions of them, moving like rivers of memory. Some danced, some wept, some screamed without sound. "What is this place?" she whispered. "The memory vaults," the historian said. "The Empire stores thoughts here, real ones, from old minds, from before the rewrite." Anya felt a shiver crawl up her spine. The rewrite. That was the name the Empire used to describe the war that erased Earth from history. The war they claimed never happened. She followed the historian through the vaults. The walls were lined with tall crystal pillars, each humming softly. Inside each pillar was a living memory, glowing, alive, pulsing with light. "We don't have much time," he said. "The AI security is awake. We triggered it when we used the code." "How do we find the truth?" Anya asked. "We don't find it," he said. "We listen." He reached out and touched one of the crystal pillars. Light exploded outward. Anya stepped back. A voice echoed through the chamber. Clear, strong, human. "I remember her. She burned the stars to keep Earth safe." Anya's breath caught. The voice was female. Warm, familiar. The memory showed a woman standing in front of a burning sky, Earth behind her, enemies before her. Her eyes glowed with fire. Her hands controlled entire fleets. "Who is that?" Anya asked. The historian stared at the image. "That's you," he whispered, "or someone who looks like you. But this memory is centuries old." "I wasn't alive centuries ago," Anya said, shaking her head. "That's impossible. Unless," the historian said slowly, "your memory was erased, or transferred." Before Anya could answer, the vault's lights dimmed. A low hum filled the space. Then a sharp voice, smooth and cold, echoed through the chamber. "Unauthorized access detected. Surrender immediately. This sector is sealed." The Empire's AI had arrived. The historian grabbed Anya's arm. "Run." They sprinted through the maze of memories. The walls pulsed red now. The threads beneath their feet flickered. Around them, the crystal pillars began to crack. Thoughts leaked into the air, half-formed ideas, flashes of faces, screams of forgotten names. They passed a pillar showing a blue planet crumbling under fire. Earth. Another showed people with eyes closed, floating in machines, their minds being rewritten. Another showed Anya again, this time with a crown of stars. She was older, her face colder. Her voice said, "If the Empire forgets, I will remember, even if I become their enemy." Anya stopped. "I've been here before," she said. "I've said that." "But how?" the historian asked. The AI's voice returned. "Anya of Earth, cease movement. Your existence is a threat to Imperial unity." Suddenly, silver drones flew from the walls. They moved fast, forming a glowing net. Anya turned and grabbed a broken memory strand from a cracked pillar. It burned her fingers but pulsed with energy. "What are you doing?" the historian yelled. Anya squeezed the strand and focused. The memory poured into her. Flashes. She stood before the Empire's first council. She screamed at them to stop the rewrite. She was dragged away, put into stasis, her name deleted, and her last words, "I will find myself again. I will remember." The drones attacked. Anya lifted her arm. The memory strand flared and burst like a sun. A wave of light blasted the drones into smoke. She collapsed. The historian caught her. "Are you all right?" he asked. She looked up. "I think I just remembered who I was." The vault began to fall apart. The floor cracked. Memory rivers spilled upward, forming images in the air. Earth's oceans, her cities, her skies. The Empire had buried the past. But now it was leaking out. As they escaped into a tunnel above, the city lights flickered. Holograms across the capital glitched. And then, in the sky above the city, Earth appeared. Not as a symbol, not as an image, but as a living memory, forced through by something ancient and powerful. The people on the streets looked up. Some screamed. Some cried. Others whispered, "Is that real?" Anya stood at the edge of the tower, looking up at the impossible sky. "They're starting to see," she said. The historian nodded. "But the Empire will not allow it. They'll send more than drones next time." Anya turned to him. Her eyes glowed faintly, like the memories. "Then let them come. I'd burned stars before." Behind her, the image of Earth shimmered and held. The artificial sun hung high above the core chamber, casting its golden light over a city that had long forgotten its soul. Shimmering towers pierced the clouds, glass and alloy glinting like the memories Anya had fought to recover. She moved like a shadow between the polished marble pillars of the grand spire, heart pounding, breath steady. Her name had been erased from the records. Her face, once known across systems, now meant nothing. But Virex, he would remember. She had traced him here, one of the last men from the old days, a warrior, a leader, a lover. Inside the hall, the scent of sterile air and artificial roses filled her lungs. Counselor Virex stood at the center of a ring of hovering advisors, his half-cybernetic frame gleaming under the synthetic light. He turned as she stepped forward, guards reaching for their weapons. "Stand down," Anya said, lifting a hand slowly. "I'm not here to fight." The guards hesitated. Virex raised his hand. "Let her speak," he said in a voice that was deeper now, mechanical, colder. His right eye glowed red. The left one, still human, narrowed as he studied her. "Do I know you?" Anya's throat tightened. This was it, the moment. She stepped closer and whispered the phrase only he would know. "Stone does not break when kissed by fire." Virex froze. Something behind his eye flickered. A memory. A spark. A war. A woman. Him, holding her hand as fire rained down on a burning world. The old code phrase. Their promise. He stumbled back. Anya. Her name came out like a breathless prayer. He reached for her, trembling. "It's really you," he whispered. "I thought. They told me you were dead." "I was supposed to be," she said, "until I remembered who I was." Virex turned to his advisors. "Leave us." They vanished like shadows in retreat. Silence fell. Anya looked at him closely. His face bore new lines. His body, half metal, told a story of survival, but not honor. "You were there," she said. "At the last battle, you helped me escape." And then, his face twisted with guilt. "I didn't want to forget. They made me choose." "Choose what?" He looked away. "Life. I was dying. Anya. They offered me the cyber body, but it came with a cost. I had to give them something." Her stomach dropped. She already knew the answer. But hearing it broke something inside her. "You gave them me." His shoulders shook. "They said, if I gave them the access codes, if I told them where you were hiding, they would leave me alive. I thought I could protect you if I joined them. I thought I could find a way back." "You let them erase me from history," she said, voice low. "They wiped every file, every memory, every image." He nodded, tears in his human eye. "And they made me forget you too. I didn't remember, not until just now." Anya stepped back, her fists clenched. How many others did they erase? Hundreds, maybe more. They call it the memory purge. The Machine Council believes it brings peace. "No," Anya said. "It brings silence." A long pause hung between them. He sat down, head in his hands. "I betrayed everything we fought for. Everything we loved." She remembered him holding her as bombs fell, telling her they would survive, no matter what. She had believed him, loved him. "I came here hoping to find an ally," she said, "but all I found was a ghost." His cyber eye glowed brighter. "I want to help now. Let me make it right." Anya shook her head. "You can't undo the past, but you can help me expose it." He looked up, startled. "Expose the council? They'll kill us both." "They already tried," she said, "and I'm still standing." Flashbacks flooded her, running through the burning skyfields. Virex lifting her over debris. Their kiss as the evacuation pods launched, the betrayal buried under it all. She sat beside him. "Tell me where the records are kept." He hesitated. "You owe me that," she said softly. Virex sighed. "There's a vault beneath the core archives. Level Omega 0. It holds backups of the purge. I helped design the system." Anya stared at him. "Then you're coming with me." He hesitated again. They won't let me in after this meeting. I broke protocol just by talking to you. Then we go now." He rose slowly. "You're different, Anya. I had to be. You gave them the old me." He smiled faintly, painfully. "And the new you scares me more." They walked together through the side halls, lights flickering above them. Somewhere, alarms would trigger. Someone would notice. But for now, it was just the two of them. The past, the truth, and the betrayal between them. As they reached the elevator, Virax turned to her. "If we survive this, I'll tell you everything. No more secrets." Anya looked at him, eyes sharp. "You already told me enough," she said. "Now let's see what the Empire tried to bury." The elevator door slid shut behind them, humming as it descended into the depths of the Empire's forgotten sins. Anya stood on the edge of the Council Spire, the tallest tower in the Imperial capital. The city below glowed like a jewel, shimmering silver, golden domes, artificial suns casting false daylight even in the darkest hours. Behind her, the heavy steps of the Empire's armored soldiers echoed. Their rifles were raised. Their orders were clear. "Don't move, traitor," one of them barked. A massive screen on the spire's structure flickered to life. The Empire's seal shimmered, then her face appeared. Cold, stern, tired. The voice of the High Commander filled the air, broadcast across planets. "Anya, once a citizen, now a threat to peace. She spreads lies of a planet that never existed. She threatens the harmony of the unified galaxy. She is an enemy of peace." Her name, once whispered, now glared in red across 100 towers. Civilians watched from their homes. In cafes, in domed gardens, a child pointed at the screen. An old man dropped his glass. Anya didn't blink. Her heart pounded, not with fear, but rage. Behind the soldiers, a flicker of movement. The historian, hidden in the shadows. His fingers worked fast on a stolen data tablet. One chance, one moment. He sent the signal. The screen above Anya glitched. Then again. Soldiers turned, confused. Then the screen changed. First, a map. Not of the Empire, but of Earth. Blue oceans, green continents, labeled in old language. Then images. Real ones. Not altered. Not fake. People with Earth emblems. Families. Soldiers in old uniforms. A woman in a council chamber. Anya, speaking proudly. Standing strong. Voices filled the broadcast. From old recordings. "We are Earthborn. We remember." She led us. Across the city, screens changed. Every building. Every feed. The truth poured out like water breaking a dam. In the crowded streets, people stopped. Stared. Eyes widened. Tears fell. A woman gasped. "I knew her. I saw her once, on Ilara Prime." A shopkeeper whispered, "She saved my brother. In the war." On rooftops, old rebels, hidden for years, stood, watched, smiled. Graffiti appeared, sprayed fast by loyalists who had waited for this day. "We remember Earth. We remember Anya." The soldiers faltered. Anya stepped forward. "You were lied to. So was I. But the truth never dies." One soldier lowered his weapon. Another stepped back. But the commander screamed through the comms. "Fire. Now." Anya turned, faced the city. The wind caught her coat. She spread her arms. She jumped. Gasps echoed from below. But she did not fall. Her hidden ship, a sleek shadow-gray flyer, shot out from the clouds. A hatch opened midair. Arms reached out, pulled her in. The pilot grinned. "Took you long enough." Anya breathed. Alive. Free. As they soared away, the city below lit up. Not with blasters, but light. Thousands of windows blinked in rhythm. Colors flashed. Blue, green, white. The colors of Earth. From the air, Anya saw it. Entire blocks painted in fresh graffiti. her name in bold strokes. We remember Earth. We remember Anya. She is not forgotten. The Empire could not erase her now. The people had seen, and they remembered.